That did it.
You did it. Good job.
How's it going?
It's going well. Keeping busy.
Yeah, but if you want it to be, a hero thing, think a different rhythm, like dotted quarter, eighth, dotted quarter, eighth, and then 1, 2, 3, and then eighth. Da 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 da. You know?
Dotted quarter, eighth.
Yeah, and have the whole section play that. Play the, have the whole section like, or have the cellos and the violas down on fifths, you know? Like cellos and then viola on fifths. Ba 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 da, da, da. That'll give it a more driving feel, you know, and it'll move it heroic. Da 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 da.
Dotted quarter to an eighth, and then
Yeah, what do you have? Violin and clarinet, right? Viola and bassoon.
oh, I'm sorry, it's mislabeled. I changed the sounds around. Let me
Okay.
get accurate. It's a string quartet, so it's second.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so second violin.
All right.
I don't know how to change it on here, but it's on the mixer here. You see the mixer, violin 1, 2.
So write it down. Write down. I'll tell you what to do. Right, you got that viola way too low.
Okay.
That viola is way low.
So we call this like action strings, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Not bad though.
Okay, so the viola is too low. All right, so you're saying don't just do like quarter notes.
Right. Let's see where your F is.
So like dotted, do like a dotted quarters.
You can bring it up to the F, you know. You got it down to
So
a
viola's too low. So down to F.
You're doubling. I don't know why you're doubling the cello. You don't need to double the cello. You can make it a fifth and give it a different, give the cello and the viola a different rhythm. Like write this down like dotted quarter, eighth, 2/8. Da ba da 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 ga 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 ga.
Dotted quarter to eighth to 2/8.
Dotted quarter, eighth, and then 2/8. 2, 3.
So
and that'll give it that driving. Yeah, and that'll give it more of a driving feel. Then what you can do is in violin 1 and 2, bring in a melody after like 4 or 8 measures. That kind of thing.
So after 4 to 8 measures. So like you said, just do the chords first with the action for like 4 to 8 measures, and then bring the melody in.
Right. I would do for 4 measures.
Okay. Yeah, this kind of stuff I'm not like I would love to be able to write for string quartets. I'm not really sure. Maybe we could work on that. The string quartets and this action thing, like you're saying, I wasn't sure where to start.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
so now we're gonna start, and we're gonna do. You're gonna give it a different rhythm, and if you want to do the 3/4, that's fine. So give it 4 measures up front with just viola and cello of the rhythm, and then bring in an heroic line with the violin and with the 2 violins.
Okay, so cello and viola a fifth apart. All right, and then I have dotted. I'm going to do a dotted quarter to an eighth note in the first measure.
Yeah, with and 2/8.
And then 2/8 in the second measure. No, I don't want to do that. Just do no input. Change that to. Okay, so dot,
check yeah, check number one, check number.
dot an eighth.
Bring it over to. Bum, 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 bum. So that measure that, no, you still gotta get measure number one. Dotted
Measure-
quarter,
Mhm.
eighth. And then 2/8.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant, all right, yeah.
And another 8.
So dot, another 8, okay, and then an eighth there,
Under the viola, and the viola, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there. Dot, dot. And then second measure, so it's the same, right?
Yeah, it should be all be, and yeah,
Oh, it's same, okay, so it's the same rhythm.
right.
What? Dot. It actually goes like, it's like almost like a drone, like a pedal.
Well, you'll hear it's bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Yeah, I keep B
Now
flat.
take out the violin, the 2 violin parts. Good.
Let me just finish. All right, so we're just working on the first.
Yeah, we're just working on the top.
All right,
Good.
so. I see what you mean when you don't have live players, so it sounds like a machine.
Right.
But that's the rhythm, right? I mean, I could add, I think you can add dynamics and stuff on this too.
Yeah,
Should I accent? Like, would you stick to the rhythm?
yeah, you gotta work on it so that you get the dynamics in, right? I would actually do something in a 4/4 or a 2/4.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I was just thinking the 3/4 is just, it doesn't fit. It doesn't seem to fit what I'm trying to do. Or maybe it's is it the music or is it just the meter, you think?
It's the meter. It's the meter.
Okay. All right, I can change the meter. Okay, so now we're in 4/4.
Okay, so take out those ties and give it. Yeah, give it 2/8 notes too at the end of the measure. Ba, ba, ga, 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 ba, da, 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 da.
So make those 2/8 notes at the end.
Yeah, you can do that.
And then what did I do to the rest of it? So now I gotta redo everything.
Well, just copy and paste. Just copy and paste.
Gotta cut all this out, okay.
There you go.
Start from the bottom up. Bum, bum, bada, bada, badum, ba-ba-da, da, da, dum.
That kind of thing. Bum, You know, just as long as you get that rhythm very strong, it should be very strong and very mantra-like, you know?
Mm, gotcha. So then it's just a matter of transposing it to whatever I'm playing. So for instance, I'm bringing up to F here, and then here I'm at C. G. All right, so that's the second part. I'm not going here. I'm not
Yeah.
going
Now
to-
you have your bases for the, it's cutting in and out. It's hard to hear, but you know,
Hey, can you hear it? Yeah, I can make it a little louder. Maybe.
well, I can see it, so I know what it
All
sounds
right,
like.
make it louder. I can make it louder.
Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Forget all that.
All right, stop, stop. All right, it was kind of a cool little syncopation there.
Yeah, what was sustaining? I heard the sustaining line shouldn't be in there.
Well, it's not sustaining. It's just the same note repeating. So I think it sounds like it's just B. They're all B flats for the
Yeah, I
first.
know, but it should be Mikado, and it does sound like a Mikado line. So it should sound just. So you are using Mikado strings, I hear.
I don't. It doesn't give me an option for marcato strings. It's just via. I mean, this is a pizzicato I'm using because that's as close as I can get to it. There's
Right.
no violin marcato. See, these are all the sounds. This is my notation software. This is Muse
Right.
Score. So they just give you like regular violins fast.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm on cello. Cello fast, expressive. But
Chili
this
Fast. Go to Chili Fast.
cello fast. All right, that's for cello fast. Cello slow. Cello fast. Should I do it with the bass, with the viola too? Oh,
Yeah,
I do have viola
it's
fast.
too sustaining. No. What you had before was better.
The pizzicato.
Yeah.
And that the cool thing is that I can take this, I can just take this and import the MIDI file into Cubase, and then I could
Right. Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
change the sounds too.
You don't want to do that
How come?
because you're not going to be able to control the volumes and the phrasing. You can only do it on Cubase. So it's best to work in Cubase, and then if you want to export it in here, you can do that. But it's always best to do that. You're not going to get a great sound out of writing it in this program and bringing it. I know you can export it into Cubase, but it's not going to sound good.
But it's just a MIDI file, so you can change the sound.
That's the problem. That is the problem.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because it won't. Then you have to go. Then you're going to go crazy with dynamics and phrasing, and it's going to drive you nuts. You're going to wind up killing yourself.
So it's better to use the Cubase because I don't like the Cubase score editor. Maybe I'm probably gonna have to just update Cubase because it seems like there's too many issues, and I think they updated the score editor.
Like what?
Well, it's just it's not as user friendly as this one as far as entering
Oh,
notes.
yeah, but this is a very simple music program, you know?
Mhm.
So
Let me see what it sounds like.
yeah,
That's better.
that's much more like it.
That's much better. Yeah, pizzicato.
Yeah,
It works
for here.
for
But
here.
when you're in Cubase, you got to get, I sent you Marcato strings. You got to figure out how to bring them into Cubase. You got to put those in, the Marcato strings, and I have some, I sent you some great pizzicato strings on the solo strings. Very expressive.
Yeah, I'd love to hear them. I can't play them anywhere.
Right.
I have to find a way to basically, I have to find a way to convert them to a WAV file.
Right.
There's gotta be a way to do that. All right, so then it's just a matter of deleting. So basically, we're just doing fifths. The bass, the cello, and viola are just fifths.
Well, you can do whatever you want, which sounds good, but start off with the fifths. Start off with fifths,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. All right, cool. This is what I originally wrote. I originally wrote 2 lines. I
Little
had,
extension in there. That's beautiful.
I had the climax in the 3rd measure, and I made it a
Really, really beautiful. Do it again. Let me hear it again.
Let's bring it up.
Bring it up.
So you got a trombone and a French horn.
An extension, my friend. It's really good.
Was that an extension?
Yeah.
I think it was just like a
You
major
extended the, yeah, you
A
have an
major
extension in there.
Yeah, so I made, like you said, you can make the interval the climax. So I
Right.
actually made it the higher note in the climax, and I made it. So I did double. I made it the highest note, and I also made it a major 7.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I have to watch the original Magnificent 7. I know I have
You
to.
didn't see that yet?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I gotta kick
All
your
right. This is virtual ass kicking.
ass.
Don't punch your computer. You need it.
No, but yeah, you gotta work on it. You gotta listen to this. It's really important to listen to this shit,
Mhm.
you know? Wait a minute, I'm not done.
I listen to a lot of too much modern stuff. I have to go back to the classics.
Like what?
Oh, like the superhero movies and.
All right, enough of the superhero movie. How many times do I have to hear about the superhero movies?
I mean, like, Back to the Future was one of my favorite themes.
Well, that's what you're doing now on that other thing with the cellos. That's all the same shit.
Is that Alan Silvestri, right?
He does a lot of that stuff too. All those guys do it.
Back to the Future. And I was watching the video. He was talking about Alfred Newman, right? He was saying that Alfred Newman did it. And he was saying actually John Williams got a lot of stuff from Alfred Newman, and how Alfred Newman was one of the great.
Alfred Newman was the grandfather of all this stuff. The Grandpa
Newman.
He was the grandfather of all this, like really, you know, great film
I
score.
like random stuff like that, like the Tron movie that came out. Disney came out with the second Tron Legacy. That group, Daft Punk, Daft Punk. I think they did a good job. They actually did a really cool job with the orchestration, and they melded their electronic stuff with the orchestration. I love that soundtrack.
Yeah, don't you think that's cool?
Hans Zimmer, obviously, I love Hans Zimmer. This guy Junkie XL does some really cool stuff. He did the Justice League and the Wonder Woman stuff like that, and Fight Club stuff like that. Like,
yeah, if you can find your own voice, that's really out there. It could really work.
Okay.
Don't go to another platform. Once you start a platform, that is it.
Stick with it.
I'm sure there's a way of doing it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
If other composers do it, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to do it.
And I'll send you some.
Magnificent 7. Magnificent 7. 2 themes. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.